The Detroit Pistons have agreed to a buyout with their forward Blake Griffin. Blake will officially be a free man on Sunday. So essentially the Pistons let it be known a few weeks ago that they were shopping Blake Griffin around to multiple teams, trying to gauge their interest level in trading for the former All-Star. Wasn't a lot of interest in Blake. A lot of teams knew that they could have an opportunity at Blake in the buyout market. A lot of teams didn't want to trade any valuable assets, knowing that Griffin might not be 100% dedicated to going through the process with the team unless it was a top-of-the-line contender or if he could play in Los Angeles again or a West Coast market, right? That seems to be what motivates Griffin nowadays. I can tell you this, Blake's going to give back about $13 million that was left on his, he had about $75 million left on his deal. It would have went through next year, the contract would have, but for the Pistons, they're going to waive and stretch him. Essentially, they'll pay him his money over time, but it allows them to get rid of that off the cap. And the Pistons have already went into a different direction. Jeremy Grant has been balling for Detroit this year. You can get him at a much cheaper price, younger, more focused player. And Grant at this point, he can stretch the floor a little more than Blake can, probably a little more athletic than Blake today. So that is it for Blake in Detroit. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Blake Griffin has interest in joining the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets have roster spots for a couple of guys. It looks like Monday morning, Blake Griffin, as soon as All-Star Weekend is over, he will officially become a Brooklyn Net. Again, according to Shams over at The Athletic, there's mutual interest between both sides. The Nets have the roster space to sign Blake Griffin. For Blake, he's already going to be making his money over time with the Pistons. So for this year, he could play on a minimum deal. The Nets don't have a lot of money to give Blake, but again, he's already making his money with Detroit over time. And for Blake, it looks like right now what's motivating him outside of either playing in the West Coast is playing on a contender, a team that can give him maybe a quick championship, maybe kind of rebrand himself going forward next year. The Nets are likely to sign Blake Griffin come Monday morning. That is what I'm hearing. And I am going to trust Shams at The Athletic, a very respected reporter. I will let you guys know if that changes. But as of right now, it looks like Blake Griffin will become a Brooklyn Net on Monday. I will say this to all these Net fans out there that have been bragging to me and hitting me up on social media. Y'all stacking the decks. Y'all let me know in the comment box below. Can we start the conversation of asking, are the Brooklyn Nets stacking the deck? I know Blake Griffin wasn't an all-star today, but I don't know if Blake Griffin's game has really fell off the face of this earth or did he just lack motivation, right? Like, I don't know. We will see. Only time will tell. I'm just saying the Nets are also interested in the services of Andre Drummond, who will also likely be bought out before the trade deadline. Y'all let me know in the comment box. Do y'all think the Brooklyn Nets already got Kevin Durant, already got Kyrie Irving, acquired James Harden earlier this season? Are the Nets stacking the decks? All I'm saying, if a gentleman by the name of LeBron James had that much talent around him, or guys that had been top-of-the-line talents, there would have been a lot of people online talking about how he's stacking it. When LeBron went out and joined forces with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, he was stacking it. I don't think Kevin Love is anywhere near the player of James Harden, not to mention they got Blake and a couple other really good pieces now, likely in Brooklyn if Blake decides to join that team come Monday morning. Y'all let me know, are the Brooklyn Nets stacking the decks right now in their efforts to win an NBA championship? Catch full new episodes of FERRO's music-based platform every day only on YouTube at It's Mr.Taliaferro. You can also find clips, updates, giveaways, and more on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at It's Mr.Taliaferro. For all basketball fans, make sure you tune in to FERRO's daily highlights, reports, and commentary on YouTube at FERRO, and even more updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at FERRO as well.